my name is Veronica.
My name is Anthony.
And we're here today at the Port Administration Building in downtown Long Beach, where we both work.
You know, I was truly surprised when I first got hired to see how connected the Port of Long Beach is to the world.
Right, and that's why we've decided to give you a tour of the port today.
To get a bigger picture of the port is a little difficult because of how large this place is. And that's why you see a lot of footage from helicopters and drones in our videos.
Right, and that's why today we brought a Mini with us to help us get a little bit more oriented.
All right, so are you flying this puppy or am I?
You, but for those of you watching, please know that in order to fly a drone at the port, you need to get a permit first.
Yes, and that's very true because of all the equipment and moving factors here at the port. From workers possibly being distracted to security possibly thinking there's a breach in the airspace.
Great, so now that we know that, let's get this in the air.
So here you're going to be seeing more than 3,500 acres of land and waterways. There are about 22 terminals where the dock workers are regularly working to load and unload the ships from all over the world.
Yeah, and as you look down and you see all those containers, imagine the stuff inside them, like electronics, clothing, furniture, and even food. It's taken to every region all throughout the United States and all over the world.
Sheesh, incredible view, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, but I know sometimes it's hard to fully grasp the impact that the port has. For example, when I talk to my cousin who lives out in Chicago, I know that some of the things that are in her house came through the Port of Long Beach.
Yes, sir. So what we're going to be doing now is getting the drone back in the air to look at more footage of the port.
Yeah, and there's a lot more than just household items as well. We also unload cars from special ships that look like floating parking garages called ro-ros, roll on, roll off, and other things like petroleum, salt, grain, and even big bulky things like windmills and other equipment that don't fit in the container, also known as break bulk.
Oh, and you see that bridge down there? That's the bridge that the port built to replace an old one that was not made for what we need today. The new bridge handles thousands of cargo trucks and commuter vehicles every single day. The bridge is wider to handle all of that extra traffic and even higher to allow for big ships to easily pass underneath it. It also has these special LED lights that are programmed to change throughout the year depending on the holiday or event. And just look at all those containers that are being moved.
And what is really amazing is that every year the port handles millions of these containers. Giant ship-to-shore cranes take them off the ship. Tractors haul them to stacks where they are sorted and organized for loading to trucks and trains that will take them all throughout the country. It's crazy to see the different parts come together in action.
Welcome to Long Beach Container Terminal. This is one of the only zero-emission terminals in the entire world.
And everything you see here is all electric.
Yes, just like these humongous cranes that are behind us. These cranes are not even operated here. They're operated off-site at a control center.
Just like a video game.
Yes, and these cranes will take the containers from the ship onto these automated guided vehicles that are behind me, and they're completely driverless.
And what's really neat about the AGVs, the automated guided vehicles, is that they're all ran off of programs. So they're very precise at what they do, and they can come very close to each other and still do their job very well.
And because we're the green port, we are working towards making all terminals zero emission in the future.
Yep, and even though that seems like a very aggressive goal, it's also very, very achievable, just like our Clean Trucks program.
You know what's great is that diesel emissions from port trucks have dropped over 95% since 2005 when we started the Clean Trucks program.
And don't forget that that's even with us moving more cargo than ever. That's a big victory for planet Earth.
Yeah, but we're not finished. Our goal is to have a 100% zero emissions truck fleet by 2035.
Another way the Port of Long Beach is reducing air emissions is by rail.
And one fun fact, just one of our trains can reduce up to 750 truck trips off of the road.
That is correct. So the Port of Long Beach is investing over $1 billion in the next 10 years on rail infrastructure alone. This will allow us to move more cargo via rail, and it'll also let us build longer trains, up to 2 miles long.
Oh, and did I mention that these cranes behind us are also all electric?
Now, as you've just seen, the port is enormous, and that means a lot of jobs. Actually, 1 in 5 jobs here in Long Beach are port related.
Yes, but before we go, we just want you to know that our commitment isn't just to cargo, it's also to our entire community. That's why we've partnered with our local schools to develop the best educational and workforce development programs in the United States.
And we do so much in our community that we're actually better off leaving that to another tour.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Anyways, we really do need to head back.
So that's gonna be it for us today. Thank you for joining us.
But don't worry, there's going to be many more tours where we're going to go more into detail as we explore the port of choice.
Bye.
Bye.